the lungs. In the lungs, they are stored in a structure known as, in a cell known as what? Alveoli. Alveoli, they are cells, right? Yes, and every cells and tissues in our body are connected with what? Capillaries. Is that clear now? So the blood from the right ventricle, the destination is to go to the what? To the lungs for reoxygenation. For what? Adding of oxygen. Because the oxygen is already present in the what? In the lungs. So when we now have high amount of oxygen in the alveoli, we are going to have low amount of what? Carbon dioxide. It means that oxygen is concentrated now. So for the blood to now gain oxygen from the alveoli, there will be movement of that blood from the right ventricle. Is that clear now? Going to where? To the lungs. Anything going to the anything related to the lungs is called what? Pulmonary. Pulmonary means what? Relating to lungs. Relating to lungs. Now, we have artery, which is same in the blood, part of the blood vessel. We have what? Vein. The meaning of artery simply means away from the heart. It does not mean the type of blood that is coming. It only means that the blood is going away from the heart. Arteries carries blood away from the heart. Vein carries blood to the heart, away from the heart. Is that clear now? Yes. So, depending on which circulation we are referring to, we determine is it oxygenated or? Yes. If it is systemic circulation, it will be what? Artery will carry oxygenated blood. But if it is pulmonary circulation, artery will carry what? We have two types of circulation. We have pulmonary circulation and what? And systemic circulation. So it means that pulmonary circulation is just between the heart and the lungs. So if blood is moving away from the heart and is going to the lung, it will be deoxygenated blood because it's going to the lungs to get oxygen. I hope that is clear. All this one is adult circulation. So we now have systemic circulation, systems of the body, other systems. We have the kidney, also need oxygen. Even the heart itself needs oxygen. That's why we have coronary artery, which delivers what? Which delivers blood to the heart. So we have systemic circulation. Now, since the blood now is now going to the lungs in an adult, is it going to pass through pulmonary artery or pulmonary vein? From the right ventricle, which type of blood do we have here? The destination is to go to where? What is inside the lungs? Because we are breathing oxygen. Now, which type of blood vessel will take blood away from the heart to the lungs? Pulmonary artery. Because artery means away, pulmonary means lungs. So it's carrying it from the heart to the lungs through pulmonary artery. It means that any blood from right ventricle is going to where? Pulmonary through the what? So definitely we are having, if you are to talk about the movement now, we have from either Vena Cava, from Vena Cava to where? Right atrium. From right atrium to what? Right ventricle. All these are part of the heart, where this is a blood vessel. So from the right ventricle, it goes to pulmonary artery. From the pulmonary artery, it goes to the what? Lungs. On getting to the lungs, there will be exchange of respiratory gas, that is oxygen. Oxygen, since the blood that is coming here is now deoxygenated blood, Abby, we are having what? Deoxygenated blood. On getting to the lungs, which has enough oxygen. Oxygen will diffuse movement of molecules from the region of high concentration to region of low concentration. So it now goes to what? It will go to the blood. So the blood has now gained what is called what? Oxygen. The blood become oxygenated blood. But this blood is still where? Inside where? Inside the lungs. It has to be returned back to the heart. Is that clear now? So oxygenated blood will return to the heart through the left atrium. We now go to the what? Left ventricle. Which type of blood do we have here now? So right part of the heart, deoxygenated blood. Left part of the heart, oxygenated blood. I hope that one is clear. Yes. So now, what we take the blood from the heart, from the lungs, oxygenated blood now, to the left part of the heart? Is it artery or vein? Vein. Because the meaning of vein means to the heart. We are not even concerned from where is this coming from. What we know is that as long as it's going to the heart, it is vein. Do you get it now? So for us to now say, okay, it's coming from the kidney, from the lung, from the heart, from the stomach, anything, it depends on the name of that organ. That is why we'll be having vena, artery, vena, vein. Vena means kidney, artery to the away from the heart. It means if you're taking blood from the heart to the what? To the kidney. Is that clear now? So now we have understand that blood comes, oxygenated blood will deliver to the left part of the heart through the left atrium to the what? This blood is now what? Oxygenated. Oxygenated blood is needed by the systemic circulation, by the other part of the body. And what will now take it away to other part of the body is artery. Is what? Artery. And the artery that comes directly from the heart is called aorta. It's called what? Aorta. That is the biggest artery in our body. That's why we say great vessels. We are talking about the aorta and the vena cava. Is that clear now? So once this blood now gets to the aorta from the left ventricle, so if you are talking about the movement of the oxygenated blood now from the lungs, it will pass through the pulmonary vein, right? Are you getting it now? From the pulmonary vein, it drops into pulmonary vein, drops into the left atrium to the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, it's going to the what? Aorta. The same way vena cava has two parts, has two openings. It has superior. Superior means above. Inferior means below. This one, you take all the deoxygenated blood from the above. This one, we take all the deoxygenated from the what? Below. Aorta also. We need to transfer or to pump blood to the upper part of the body and also to the lower part of the body. That is why we have aorta going up and we have the one. So the one going up is known as ascending aorta. Ascending what? Why the one going down here is called what? Descending aorta. So it means that this one will supply all the structures, all the tissues, all the organs, all the cells in our body which are below the heart through the descending aorta. Is that clear now? So descending aorta now forms what is known as thoracic aorta. We have abdominal aorta. After thorax, we have abdomen. There are some content in the abdomen. From this abdomen, we have many organs. We have stomach, small intestine, like all these things need what? They need blood. So through the main aorta, abdominal aorta, there will be blood supplies to other parts of the body in the abdomen. So this one will later, on getting to the umbilical region of the body, umbilical region, it will divide into what? Into two. One will be going to the right part of the legs. The second one will be going to the right part of the lower limb. Note from here to here is reversed as lower limb. We have upper limb. So upper limb, the lower limb are getting their oxygenated blood or through the what? Through the iliac or through the common iliac artery. So this one will later branch into different parts because the artery that supplies the radius, the ulnar, they are different. The one that supplies the tibia and fibula, the femur, they are different. But the one that is coming directly from the heart is through the what? Iliac artery. So all this one will later form small arteries that will now join capillary, that will now enter the tissues that forms that organ. I hope that is clear. So that is about adults. Now, you notice that all we have mentioned in circulation of blood in an adult is pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein, the chambers of the heart, the vena cava, and the aorta, and that is all. Is that clear now? But on getting to a baby inside the womb, a child inside the womb, they have some structure which is not present in an adult. They have some structure in their heart which is not present in the adult. They have some structure in the blood vessels which is not like that of an adult. The first one, we have three major structure which is present in circulation, blood circulation of the fetus. The first one is known as ductus what? Arteriosus. The second one is what? Ductus venosus. And we have what? Foramen ovalis. These three structures are present in fetal circulation. It is not present in adult circulation. And what is the function of all these three structures? I say that doctor's foramen, for us to be able to easily remember the function and what it stands for, is to see it as from artery to artery. To see it as what? From artery to artery. And to see this one as what? From vein to vein. Is that clear now? The oxygen in the lungs is gotten from where in an adult?
Lungs.
The oxygen is inside the lungs. Where are we getting it from? From the atmosphere. Abi? Yes. From the air we breathe in.